Thank you so much. Well, that ridiculous drum solo is Jean Coy. Bass solo, it was Alex Frank. On piano, the one and only Josh Nelson. Thank you guys so much. I'm Lori Bell, in case you're streaming and you don't know who I am. Probably don't, but you might. Well, these guys are all leaders in their own right. They've all recorded albums under their own names, and they've worked and toured with many, many famous people. I'm just glad that they were available to be here tonight. So this is makes me very happy to be on stage with you guys. So there's like a lot of people to thank for this great stage. Tim Ellis, I know you're watching. This is amazing. LA needs something like this. San Diego needs something like this. I think this is like the best thing I've seen. Well, COVID, what are you going to do? I mean, this is like a dream come true, being able to play live for an audience again. Streaming is okay, but it's just not the same thing. So anyway, Terence Love is also involved, and my great friend George Claben, who's sitting right there up front. He's responsible for me being here tonight. Oh yeah. George Claben is the owner of Resonance Records. I'm sure you guys have heard about this amazing label, famous for its historical releases. And I did an album for George back in 2008, The Music of Javan. And he has a brand new album right now out featuring Eddie Daniels and Josh Nelson and a bunch of other incredible musicians, music of Yvonne Lins. George is half Brazilian, which is why he loves to put out Brazilian records, and he loves the music. So I wanted to be able to do something for you in that genre. I couldn't pull it together for a Javan arrangement. Those are like 9 pages long, and I didn't want to be mean to the guys, so I thought I'd just choose a show beam tune. This is a lesser known one. A lot of people play it, but not as often. This is called If You Never Come to Me. Thank you. All right. I think I need a minute with the drummer. Just a minute, but you know, it could be 10. Thank you guys so much. Josh Nelson on the piano. Yeah, that was an amazing solo. Oh my God. And Gene Coy on the drums, another crazy solo. Alex Frank on the bass. Thank you guys so much. We're going to do a couple of my tunes right now. I'm from the East Coast. I'm originally from Brooklyn, and I did a little tribute CD about 4 years ago called Brooklyn Dreaming. I know a lot of you guys have my album, but if you don't, I have some here for sale, and if you can't buy it, I'll just give it to you. I really don't care. You know, I don't make records to make money. It's a creative expression, you know. But it is nice to, you know, get a little reward, but you know what I mean, Josh. Anyway, right? You know what I mean. No, it was great growing up in Brooklyn. My dad was a big band lead trumpet player. You know, there's trumpet players and then there's lead trumpet players, which, you know, is kind of a distinction. I don't know. My dad used to play in the Stratosphere. But he worked in New York for about 30 some odd years before I came along, and a lot of amazing stories, because he used to hang out on 52nd Street after all of these gigs with the big bands, and so, you know, a lot of stories were passed down to me about all the incredible players he got to hear live every night during that golden era. Anyway, this song was a little memory of my dad used to take me to rehearsals. After the big bands, he also played in smaller ensembles. He used to drag me down with him. I loved it. I don't remember a lot of it because I was pretty young, but he used to always say, we're going down to Lower Manhattan. There was this huge loft where the musicians used to gather, and it's just a nice memory of that. This one's called Lower Manhattan. Hope you guys enjoy it. Really, mainly, I was just going for vibe, so. Thank you guys so much. Another one of mine we're going to move on with. It's a little waltz that I wrote. There's nothing more flattering than having someone record your music, and I've had a few pianists record this next waltz. Of course, it was an honor, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I wrote it for another pianist named Joe Azzarello, very fine player. He used to show me a lot of voicings on the piano when I was a teenager, and that carried me a long way. So anyway, this one's called A Waltz for Joe. Hope you like it. Why don't we give Alex
We're live.
Tony Guerrero, what's going on, brother?
How are you, Terence?
I'm as grand as can be. What an exciting show we got tonight.
Well, hold on. It's first of all, it's good to have you back. We've not had you here for a couple weeks, right?
I know. Yeah, I know that I had.
Which means, by the way, now I've done it more than you because I've only
yes, you
missed
have.
one.
Yes,
so
you have.
I am the new king of late night.
I owe you a shot of Cuban rum.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. I wish you looked better, but
I know there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do about that. Well, I mean, there are some filters I could put on here, but I'll live with it this way. But thank you very much, and I did miss it, and you know, I've been through a few little medical issues, but I see light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, right now I'm so excited about what's going on. You know, we got Lori Bell on the stage with Josh Nelson, Gene Coy. I mean, it's an incredible Alex Frank, you know, what an incredible group there. And, you know, and I'm so excited about our special guests and our special announcement, because we haven't even put it on the website yet. We have the fantastic Barbara Morrison coming up. And yes,
we've talked about her since we started this, about
absolutely.
Getting her on, so.
And I had the great pleasure of working with Barbara once a month, probably for at least 16 or 17 years at Steamers. And she's bringing along her Boo Crew with Ron Bishop. And, she's got Charles Small on guitar, and just an incredible group. And she's going to be at Campus JAX live, Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX on
December 10th.
That's a Thursday night. Tickets will go on sale, and they will sell out. I trust you. Barbara's doing great. And guess what? She's coming on tonight to talk to us about it.
That's right. Very
straight from the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center in Leimert Park in Los Angeles. And she's another one of the most incredible, talented, hardworking person in this business. And in addition to that, she's a presenter, and she loves to help young people and promote, and it's just what a lovely soul, and I'm just really excited about seeing her.
Yeah, me too. I love her. I have a good history with her from a long time ago. So
great. And then after she's going to come on, we're going to have Lori, who's on the stage right now with her group. She's going to come and join us, and we'll have a little bit of a talk.
Right on. Do you want to walk? Let's walk through some of the schedule just so people know, and they can be buying tickets right now. Starting November 12th, this coming Thursday, is going to be Elena and George Gilliam with the Gilliam Quintet.
You want to tell me when? So.
And November 13th, which is Friday, the day after that, Sal Lozano, who was just there last week with my band, the amazing sax player who was there with me, is going to be here with his band, which are all just incredible players. His group is called All In. And he'll be there with his band on Friday, November 13th. Sunday, November 15th, the prelude, like Lori's doing right now, is going to be Nina Herzog, who we've had on the show before. She's a young Broadway-style singer who's just really, like, upper echelon for that type of music. And why don't you take over the rest?
Yeah, I'm excited about that, too. And then also another exciting first at Campus JAX, a great Latin jazz band. And we're bringing on Francisco Torres with his Latin jazz band. And
wait, hold on a second. I'm Mexican, so isn't any band I bring a Latin jazz band?
Well, you could say that. I've got some stories about that, using the name, Remember, Chris Williams.
Yeah, that's true.
Best Latin jazz for the Orange County, what do you call it?
Music
Award.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
The best Latin jazz. So, we all have a little bit of that. We live in Southern California. But Francisco, the thing about him is...
No, he's the real deal.
He's the real deal. And Francisco and I go way back. He was the first guy to bring a Latin jazz band into Steamers in 1995 or 6 or so. Yeah. And he ultimately introduced me to the Banda Brothers and Poncho Sanchez, which started to be this most incredible Latin jazz lineup that I had at Steamers on a weekly basis. Francisco Aguabella, Bobby Redfield, all of the greats coming in, Poncho Sanchez and the Estrada Brothers. And so we're really excited about kicking off our first time at Campus JAX, a true Latin jazz band, and he's got the name to go with it too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then can't argue with it. And that's Thursday, November 19th. Tickets are available at campusjax.com. Also on the 22nd, our prelude, like we're doing before now with the winter time, where we're having the band on stage come first, and then we'll do our interview after that. We have Greg Vale and the Brick Alley Blues Band. And then a very, very special event coming up on Wednesday, November 25th. Since we're not open on Thanksgiving the 26th, Wednesday the 25th, we're going to be bringing in the Swing Kittens. And this is the two Nicoles, and these girls, they do like an Andrew Sister thing with Tom Kubis, and some other people are going to be in the band. It's going to be fantastic. And for that show, I can tell you from my history at Steamers, the night before Thanksgiving is always a tremendously big night, because a lot of people, their parents say, your mother says, get out of the kitchen, go out. There's no food. You can't touch anything.
Well, I think ultimately it was packed at Steamers because it just helped people really appreciate the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, they have one Steamer's panini and they go, give me some turkey. Give me some turkey.
Actually, you had a panini there that I loved. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a French onion panini or something.
Oh man, there are a lot of them. I'll have to bring that menu out and give
right.
Jack that so he can continue the legacy on. That, and all of the in-person dinner tickets are available at campusjax.com, where we have socially distant table seating for following all the best practices of health and safety. Also, if you're not in Southern California, you want to be a part of our Steamers Jazz at JAX audience family, you can join us for all those streaming broadcasts at steamersjax.com on YouTube. Yes, sir?
It just dawned on me. We need to add 2 menu items at JAX. We need to have a Steamers panini, which would be Jack shrimp on a panini. Come on.
Perfect.
See, Jack shrimp on a panini. And then we need to have a rigatoni Guerrero.
Well, there you go, rigatoni Guerrero.
Right on.
Or a rigatoni Miguel.
No, it's rigatoni Guerrero. I actually have a dish called rigatoni Guerrero.
You sure it's not Miguel rigatoni Guerrero?
That's a whole other dish.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, we got to do that. So you can always go to steamersjax.com or go to either YouTube or Facebook. Go to Jack's Hideaway, Campus Jax, or Steamers Jazz. And we want to thank you for watching all these broadcasts on Sundays and Thursdays. If you can, you want to help us with the supporting by joining us. There's a membership, or even for just a few bucks at our tip jar at steamersjax.com, or you can always Venmo Jack's Hideaway. And
hey, I think we're gonna finish out a little bit of Lori Bell right now, and then we're gonna come back at 6:30.
Perfect.
To bring on our guests, Barbara Morrison.
Beautiful.
And I think and a few other things. Then Lori's going to join us after that. So there you go.
Good to be back, Tony. It's good to be back here. You've always slighted me 2 or 3 times so far, so I need a little bit of
the night's young, Terence.
Well, keep those things going in this break here, and I'll be prepared for them when we come back.
Well, it's not like I won't kick a man when he's down. It's just
there you go. It's the only way to be kicked. All right, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
Back to Lori Bell.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know it was, doesn't it? I didn't think I was going to have enough songs. So I want to just talk for a second again about George Claiborne. He not only has this wonderful record company, but he also has a foundation called Rising Jazz Stars. And one of his passions, aside from creating great albums, is finding talent. And he found me. I mean, come on. He found me. I'm kidding. No, I'm very grateful. And he recently has found a young, about 17-year-old, very, very wonderful violinist, and she's here tonight. And so we're going to bring her up right now. Her name is Gianna Pedradon. We're going to play a Bill Evans composition called Funkalero. I think you should.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're back. We got some good stuff coming up, though.
Absolutely. And I know it's Barbara Morrison, but before that, you know, there's something that I was just talking to you about earlier today. And for those of you who don't know it or haven't seen it yet, last Thursday on the stage, Tony, with this Pretty Dang Darn Good, or whatever that band was, that killer band, he did a tribute to, a patriotic tribute because of the election and all that stuff, and with, a medley of everything, America, and all these great patriotic songs, and you could hear a pin drop in that place.
Well, I appreciate it. It was kind of a last minute thing that day. Just kind of was in the mood to do that, so I threw a chart together for it, and I knew the guys would treat it sensitively, and yeah, it was a beautiful moment. It was really
it was great.
And there was an amazing moment.
The plane
right before the last note of the song, a jet flies over, and it was right at a place where I could pause and we could let the jet fly over and then play our last note. It was beautiful. So
yeah, it was staged.
It was almost staged, right?
It was like at the Super Bowl when the B-2 bomber flies by,
or when it rained during Purple Rain for Prince, right? Well, hey, we have that clip actually, so we're going to go ahead and watch it.
All right.
So then we'll be back with Barbara Morrison. back.
We're back. How the heck did you do that, Tony? You just
What's
that
that?
was on the fly. You decided that, or did you have a chart for those guys ready, or what?
Oh, I did a little arrangement of it that day. You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There have been times before with Bill Cantos where at previous shows over the years we'll just slip into a little bit of like the national anthem or something. But I've always thought, I should turn this into a little bit more of a medley, and so that's what we did that night.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And of course I don't know how much you had to pay FedEx to drive that trip over, but it was great.
That was a full military flyover.
Well, listen, before that we had a full 90 minutes of Lori Bell with Gene Coy on drums, Alex Frank on bass, Josh Nelson on piano. And, we want to thank you for watching our broadcast on Sundays and Thursdays. And if you can and you're able to, please show your support and go to steamersjax.com and throw a $1 or $2 in the tip jar there, or go to Venmo/Jax Hideaway. And, tonight I'm honored to bring a very, very good, longtime friend of mine and just one of the most talented and lovely persons on this earth. Barbara Morrison's going to be here, and we're going to have her live on the stage, or live on our show here. And she is coming on our stage at Campus JAX on December 10th, which is a Thursday. Tickets are not up yet, but they will be soon at campusjax.com. We hope that you can come see her. She's going to have the Boo Crew with her. And before she comes up, we're going to do a little video of her and El Segundo doing a Rosemary Clooney classic, How About You? So let's go to the video so we can get right back with Barbara Morrison.
I like New York in June. How about you? I like a Gershwin tune. How about you? I like the fireside when the storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight motor trips. How about you? I like a real good book and I just can't get my fill. And Denzel Washington's looks, Lord, they give me a thrill. Holding hands in the movie show when all the lights are low. May not be new, but I like it. How about you? Here we go, here we go. How about you? I like the fireside when the storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight motor trips. How about you? I like a real good book, and I just can't get my thrill. And Denzel Washington's looks, oh, they give me a thrill. Holding hands in the movie show when all the lights are low. May not be new, but I like it. How about you? I like it. How about you? I like it. How about you? Yeah, I like it.
We're live, and look who's with us.
Oh my God. The lovely, the talented, the one and only Barbara Morrison. Hello, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. We're honored to have you.
Yeah. Thanks for having Tim come.
How are you, Barbara?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Miss you guys. I miss you.
Miss you too.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, Terence, I love all the times that you introduce how you've had these long relationships with people because of steamers, and I love when I get to say I've known them longer than you.
Yes, there you
because
go.
I met Barbara back in the mid '80s.
There you go.
In fact, I'm going to tell a little story. I was just a kid. I was like maybe 18 years old, and Joe Speranza used to let me come hang out at Cafe Lido.
Yeah.
And one night I don't remember how it was. I think it was her gig, or maybe she was singing with somebody else or something. But I got to get on stage with her, and we got to do that a few times together over the years. But I remember one night in particular, and I was really green and really didn't have my act together. But I was eager and hungry. And I remember afterwards, I came to you, and I had a song that didn't go so well, and I went up to you afterwards. And I was sort of apologizing and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry about that one song. Just so you know, I need to stop. We're hearing a lot of noise."
Hold on. We're getting.
Tim, is that on your end?
Tim.
Okay, it's
okay.
gone. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if any of that got lost. So I came up to you this is about 1984, 85 maybe. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that one tune. I don't know those chords very well." And you said the sweetest thing to me, and it's sweet for two reasons. You said pretty much, and I've remembered it all these years, you said, she said, "Tony, you've already got the sound and you've got the heart, so the rest of it will come." And what I love about that, especially as I thought of it over the years, and as I've been able to address younger musicians too, was you didn't just like lie to me and say, "Oh, you sounded great," which a lot of people do. That's the gut response. Like you were like basically saying, "Yeah, you screwed that up, but you'll get there," and that was just so sweet and supportive. And I love you for that. So I've always remembered that.
I'm glad I said something nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the rest of it together yet, but it still gives me hope.
I love you.
Well,
too.
before we let Barbara do all the talking, I'm gonna, I guess, throw in my little bit there too, and then there's a lot that I want to hear about Barbara.
Me too.
For those of you who don't know, in addition to being this world-class performer and just entertainer and all that, she, like what we're doing here and what I did at Steamer, is a presenter, and she is. I don't even remember how. It must be 15 years now. You've had the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center,
13.
And that's in, I believe, Lamert Park. How many?
13. 13 years.
14?
13
years. And and I can tell you, as someone that did this, it is not easy to run a club, not easy to run this thing. It takes constant attention. It takes working yourself to the bone. And, Barbara always did this and had a smile on her face. And as far as Steamers is concerned, Barbara played at Steamers for 17 of the years that I was there. And most of the time, once, if not twice a month on Saturdays and sometimes Fridays. And, it was always a full house, and Barbara was always so kind, and she would sit. You know, a lot of people at the break go in the back and they hide. She would sit down with the audience and talk to them, or they may buy CDs or whatever. And she'd stay after, and there was such a connection with the audience there that I don't think I have seen with any other performer at Steamers, and we always loved to have her there. And I just felt so blessed to have had her in my life, and to have had her at Steamers, and she was definitely one of the greatest performers I've ever had in that place. And,
well, so far she hasn't needed to be here with us, so let's let her talk a little bit.
Okay.
Barbara, how are you? How is everything going for you right now with the pandemic, and what's going on?
I'm doing just fine. I'm healing again, Terence. A lady ran a stop sign and creamed me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm healing again, but I'm doing good. I'm doing real good on the positive side. Not much work, but you know what? My father, I went to see my father. He was in the hospital. I was 17 years old, and I just got a scholarship to Eastern Michigan University. My mother and father were separated, and my mother was pregnant. But I went up to the hospital to see my father, and he said, "Baby, has anybody ever asked you what you wanted to do, what you wanted to be?" I said, "No, Daddy, why?" He said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to be a singer." He said, "You go be a singer, baby. You go be a singer. I promise you I'll take care of your mother and your sisters and your brothers, and you can always come home. I'll keep the house note paid, and you can always go home. Because if you find something you like to do, you'll never have to work a day in your life." So, Terence, I didn't work for you at all. I just came down and had a ball.
Oh, Barbara, that's the greatest. That's the greatest story.
I just came down and had a ball.
Gosh. Well,
one thing I never always wanted.
And we did have a ball.
One thing I always wanted to do with you that I never got a chance to do. I wanted to have a good fight. We never had a fight. How come? Why did you have to be so?
I know we didn't.
We should have a fight. We never had a fight. We got to get one.
It just never. I think I was a little bit intimidated by you. Maybe I was afraid you'd whoop my ass.
No way. You always seem like my big brother. You always.
Yeah. Well.
I should have fought with you though. We should have had a fight.
Barbara, you're sitting in the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center, which I've seen that name appear, on social media and things over the years, and events happening. But I don't know the story behind it. So can you tell us a little bit about this Performing Arts Center in your name?
Well, one day I was at Carnegie Hall in New York with Etta James. Well, she went back to Los Angeles, and I went on over to Europe with the band. And when I got on the plane, I had a first class seat. I sat next to a gentleman from Dunfermline, which was in Scotland. Then I looked on my itinerary. I was going to Scotland. I looked on my itinerary, and it said Dunfermline. And I said, "I'm going to Scotland." And he said, "Do you know who's from Scotland?" And I said, No. He said, "Carnegie." I said, "Oh my God, I just worked Carnegie Hall." He said, you didn't work Carnegie. I said, "Yes, I did. I just played at Carnegie Hall with Etta James and the Johnny Otis Show." When I got to Scotland, guess where I played? Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
I did the original Carnegie Hall in Scotland, in Dunfermline, where Carnegie was from. And when I came back from Europe, my diabetes was so bad. Terence remembers I had to have my leg amputated. I said, "What can I do with my life? What can I do?" And I looked at Terence, and I looked at Carnegie, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to get me a little Carnegie Hall. Since I can't travel that much, I love what I do." And my dad said, if you find something you love to do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So I got lazy. And I did, and I found something that I love to do. So I'm not working. I'm having a ball. I really am. Thanks to Terence. And if I told him, he would probably freak out. But the original Carnegie Hall was really no bigger than steamers.
Wow.
But look how big his name is all over the world. It's like the Royal Albert Hall in in England. What can I say? So I'm just taking after my big brother.
Okay, and so what goes on there?
Well, we have plays. We have a little bit bigger stage than I'm used to, but it's just right for the community. You know, it's in predominantly African American community. It's one of the richest African American communities in the United States. There's 124 African American buildings in the businesses in this one little bigger than Maxwell Street in Chicago, and a little bit bigger than Harlem, maybe. I don't know. I better be speaking out of turn, but it made me feel like I was giving something back, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I felt, well, if I'm going to have this disease, I better do something I like where I like it. And I'm here and I'm having a ball.
Well, you know what? Carnegie Hall maybe was too big of a dream for me, but now I can dream about playing at the Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center.
Anytime you're ready, we'll be glad to have you. Yep.
Oh,
and then my big brother Terence, when I had my first leg amputated, he did a fundraiser for me, and boy, nobody ever raised that much money for me. But I'm about to cry right now. But he did. So I know he loves me. I love
well,
him.
and you're I guess you're a little bit of a crier, because the last time I haven't seen you for, I don't know, 20 years, and you and I saw each other, was it 3 years ago at Helen Borger's fundraiser?
Yeah.
And you were so sweet that day, just when we saw each other, and you teared up, and it was so great. What a great little
It was
moment.
nice to see you.
Yeah.
I miss Helen too.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Well,
guess what?
What?
You get. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a little delay. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
No, I'm saying what? You said, guess what? I said, what?
Yeah, go ahead, Terence.
Okay. I was going to say, well, the great thing that, you know, the history that you have, and I think this is a really nice thing, because it will be kind of a reunion to have you and me and now Tony together at Campus JAX doing Steamers Jazz there. And I'm really, really excited and looking forward to developing something. And, you know, we can coordinate with something with your Performing Arts Center too. I just think it's great. And can you tell people where to go to find out about it? Is it just on Facebook or BNPAC?
Yeah, it's being
there you go.
by GoDaddy's redoing it for me. But you can go to
good.
You can go to Facebook too. And I have some shows that I have. If you go to Barbara Morrison Performing Arts Center on Facebook, there's some shows that I've been streaming. You can see.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as good as you. I'm taking after you, big brother.
You know, well, it's gonna be great to have you at Campus JAX. You're gonna love this venue. It's you haven't been there yet, but it's a really like the best outdoor space for COVID and all of that. It's just you feel like you're in a great club, even though it's all outdoors. So
it's fantastic.
And the sound is great. Everything about it's great. So I can't wait to see you there and hear you in that context.
I can't wait.
You know, I and Tony, I'm going to one up you now.
That'll be a first.
I have to one up Tony on this one, you know, because he's real good at one upping me all the time. But I used to maintain Barbara's website. Remember?
That's right.
Or
that would explain why she just said that GoDaddy has to fix it.
That's right. No, she had trusted quite a few people in that thing, and they always seemed to kind of mess it up, she go, Terence, you got to help me out. Come help me with this, and I would help her. Oh, those are the days.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes,
oh my gosh.
Well, you did a good job. You should be proud of
Well,
yourself.
I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah.
You did a
So
good job.
I got to ask our guy that you can't see, folks, Mr. Tim, are we on a schedule now?
I think we are. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to say goodbye.
We're gonna have to say goodbye to you.
All right, I'll see you on December 10th.
December 10th, but we're gonna go out with a video of you singing Route 66.
Oh, okay.
So for the audience, you're not gone quite yet, but it's lovely to see you and talk to you, and can't wait to see you on the 10th.
Love you, Kenneth.
Love you, Barbara.
Love you.
We'll talk to you on the 10th.
Thank you, Tony Bonnie Maroney.
Help
Talk to you
sing this
soon.
song.
Okay.
You know it, so don't be shy. Here we go. If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, it's the best. Come on and get your kicks on Route 66. I can't hear you. It winds from Chicago to LA, almost 2,000 miles all the way. Come on and get your kicks on Route 66. Well, you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Cape, Boston, San Bernardino. Why don't you get up early, put on your coat, get in your car and drive 66. You made that California trip. Come on and get your kicks on Route 66. Baby, take it away, fellas. Paul, that's Paul. Well, you go to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City looks mighty. See Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino. So did the women in St. Louis, I got to get down 66, oh yeah. She don't creep, do-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, 66, oh. Come on and get your kicks on Route 66. So get your kicks on Route 66. So get your kicks on Route 66. So Bobby Barron and his swing band. Thank you.
Wow.
So good to see Barbara.
I know. And,
she has the greatest smile, too.
The greatest smile, the greatest attitude. And she just is, she's younger now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just can't believe it. It was fantastic, and what a great show, and it's going to continue.
Well, we're not done because Lori Bell's going to join us, and she and I are going to jam together.
Nice.
So,
all right. Let's hear that flute. Okay.
No, I'll just save it for the duet.
Save it for the duet. Well, listen, I want to run before we bring Lori on. I want to run through what we got coming up on the 12th. Upcoming next Thursday, we have in our Steamers Jazz at JAX artist showcase, Elena and George Gilliam with the Gilliam Quintet, they call it now. On Friday, November 13th, live on the stage, Sal Lozano's All In group will be here, and a special Friday night edition of Steamers Jazz at JAX. We're also broadcasting that too. By the way, tickets for these are all available at campusjax.com. Sunday, November 15th, Nina Herzog, incredible vocalist. She's a stage actress also. She's presenting Music by Moonlight. Then on the 19th, the first time at Campus Jax, we're doing Latin Jazz, Steamers Jazz, Latin Jazz with the Francisco Torres Latin Jazz Band. And on Sunday, November 22nd, our prelude with Greg Vale and his Brick Alley Blues Band will be there. And then a special edition Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, the 25th, special feature, the Swing Kittens, incredible jazz group, a trio of girl singers that are, or women singers, or whatever you're supposed to call them now, I don't know. And they're fantastic in the vein of the Andrews Sisters, really, really good band. All those for in-person dinner tickets are available at campusjax.com, where we have socially distant table seating following all the best practices for health and safety. And also, if you're not here in Southern California, you can still be a part of Steamers Jazz at JAX. Audience family, you can join all of our broadcasts at steamersjax.com, on YouTube and Facebook at Jax Hideaway, on Facebook at campusjax.com. And we want to thank you all for watching our broadcasts here on Sundays and Thursdays and occasional Fridays. And if you want to help us out or even join, we have a membership there, or even with just a few bucks you can throw into our tip jar at steamersjax.com, or you can Venmo Jax Hideaway. And I think that it's about time for us to bring the incredible flautist from real Southern. We call this Southern California here, but that's Southern California down there. Lori Bell, how you doing, dear?
Great to see you. I was disappointed that you didn't introduce me. I was like, that's okay.
Lori, we've never met. My name is Tony, and it's nice to meet
Tony,
you face to
I
face.
definitely know who you are, of course. Been following you for a long time. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Although, Tim, we got to have Tim do something about this camera angle right now, because it looks like you're at the end of a sewage line or something. It looks like a big pipe coming through.
Or you always take the mic off and just talk to the mic.
It's a different camera that everyone else is seeing, Tony.
Oh, got it. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, different camera. Everybody else seeing a different camera.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we just had Lori on stage for an hour and a half there with Gene Coy and Alex Frank and Josh Nelson. Just a couple of guys from down the block right now. Incredible star group there. How did this show go out there?
Oh my God. Well, I'm still trying to come down from it. As you can imagine, I won't come down anytime soon, but no, it was just a real honor and privilege to get to, play with Josh again. And Josh and I have done a few concerts over the years, and played with Gene Coy just for a minute in September. You were there.
Right.
And Alex Frank and I, we worked one concert with Tamir a number of years ago. So this was just such a joy and really just so much fun. It was really a blast. I really had a great time.
Well, we're so happy to have you join us here at the Steamers Jazz at JAX. And we're doing all we can to promote this music, and you're a perfect fit. We're really, really happy. And it was a good turnout too. So,
It was a pretty good turnout for jazz. I mean, I was really happy. You know, I really tried to, hit my mailing list and got a lot of people from San Diego drive up and had a couple of people from LA come down. So I was really happy about that,
Good.
By the way, Terence, I just wanted to say it's so great to see you back doing what you love to do, man. Because it's been a while, I played at Steamers with Dave Mackay a number of years ago, and we just lost Dave.
Rest his soul, man. Wow. There was a fine gentleman, an incredible piano player, and wow, that was some time ago, and and I really appreciate that. I'm happy to be back, and it was something. I'll make the story brief, but when I told Steamers, my father was very ill. I stayed with him until he died, and then people wanted me to get kind of back into it, but it wasn't right. And then Tony was doing this thing with Campus JAX, and they approached me and they said, "We'll do it right," and they are doing it right, as you witnessed tonight.
Thing about it, I mean, man, I was just blown away. When George Claiborne invited me to come play in September, I was sort of like, live, and he said, "No, it's great. You'll be happy." And I was just blown away. I'm like, wow, San Diego doesn't have anything like this. I don't think LA does.
No, LA doesn't right now.
I mean, I know Vibrato opened up the patio, but no.
Yeah.
No. This is like totally happening. This is like this is the best venue in Southern California. I don't think San Francisco has anything like it.
No, I truly believe that. Right now, it's a perfect setup, and those of you who don't see what's going on behind the scenes, we've got Tim Ellis running all this stuff. We got Golden on the sound. We got John Wynn on the videos. We're broadcasting these things: the stage, the sound, the lights, everything. The audience.
I mean, first of all, I didn't have to schlep my PA today.
Right.
Hello. Amazing sound system, sound person. The lights, I mean, really, it's videoed. I mean, I told Tim, this is like, you guys are doing this beyond right. I mean,
what more could you ask for? Maybe like Tony playing flute with you?
Hey, why not? Hey, man.
Don't ask.
Come on.
Well, I would do it, but I think I've got a leaky pad. So
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna have to.
Not that.
Next time.
Anyway, Lori,
Tim is cracking up, you guys.
Yeah, that leaky pad is not. That's one of those things, Tony. That's like the Cuban rum.
Inside
Anyway, Lori, why don't you give us a little 2-minute bio of you to tell the audience, where you came from, how you got into the jazz thing, where you started, where your influences, and what you have going on for the future and with COVID and all that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you guys saw the show, but I did mention I'm originally from Brooklyn. That's right. Those are my roots. And my dad was a big band lead trumpet player for like 30 years and hung out on 52nd Street after every gig. So I had a lot of great stories passed down to me. And my dad just came out to California because he wanted to retire from he'd worked in New York for about 35 years and wanted to play golf. Actually, he came out here on tour one year with the bands. He couldn't believe his eyes. Because it was 20 inches of snow and blue skies and palm trees out here, and he flipped. So just up and said, "We're moving to San Diego." Anyway, those are my roots, and I live in San Diego. It's good. I do a lot of teaching and a lot of gigging like everybody else. Also play piano, so do a lot of solo gigs. I sub for some guys in town, and I mean, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm a pianist. Flute's obviously my main instrument, but I do that as well. And I recorded for Resonance Records a number of years ago. So I did a Music of Javon album for George. He calls me to do stuff. And I was really, really glad when he called me for this,
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, George Clayman is a great guy with Resonance Records. I've had a relationship with him for about 17 years.
Mhm.
And, he does it right. He's doing a lot of good stuff out there. He's introducing new people. He just did a thing with Eddie Daniels, I believe, and he's re-released a lot of great stuff. And he's a very hard worker.
Oh yeah, definitely. Speaking of that, we actually 2 years ago in October we all played at Birdland for his 10th anniversary, and Eddie got to do his. At the time, they had new release the music of Egberto Gismonti. It was a fantastic album, and it was great because I got a chance to work with Eddie for a minute. We got a chance to play a couple. We became great friends. Eddie and I are both from Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, on the same. Okay, he's a little older than me, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We grew up on the same street.
Wow.
Being next to each other. I was the building right at the foot of the boardwalk. He was the building right next to. When I found that out, I mean, I dropped to my knees. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
Would you have been there at the same time?
No. Eddie's like 20 years.
20 years. Okay, yeah. I didn't know how much older.
At least, Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't know if he had stayed there a long time. Maybe when you were a little kid or something. So, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I've already been out here, I think, but he's great. But yeah, George, he just continues to, put out all these historical recordings. That's really what the label became more famous for, like releasing, Wes Montgomery, Never Heard Before recordings, Eric Dolphy. We did a big Eric Dolphy tribute before COVID, the summer before.
Did he not do a Nat King Cole thing too? Also,
Nat King Cole. He's put out 2 Bill Evans records of All Unheard. I mean, on and on, like the list is long and distinguished. He's really that's what the label is really famous for. But George keeps, finding people, and of course he loves his Brazilian music. I don't know if you know that he's half Brazilian. A lot of people don't know that he's half Brazilian. That's why he has this big love for Brazilian music. Yeah, it's great. It works for flute, right, Tony?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Although I didn't do a lot of it tonight. I wanted to. I did one for him. I don't know if you saw the concert or not. I don't know if you saw the show.
I was able to see little bits of it as we were preparing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So how has the whole lockdown thing affected you, and have you transitioned into something else or?
Yeah. Well, I was saying, since I had my last live gig in front of an audience at the end of February. And since then, just like 4 live streams with different settings. And, it was okay. I mean, I was grateful just to play. I was happy to play. But it's just not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same with an audience. Still teaching, doing all my teaching online. Some of the kids from the university and some of my private students. So, it actually Skype has wound up being a pretty darn good medium. I don't know, Tony, are you teaching on Skype at all? Or Zoom?
No, I'm not really teaching, but I've been doing different seminars, and I've done some teaching for university. Not private teaching. It's not one of my strong suits. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
well,
but for the class thing, it's been really good.
I've always had some students,
Oh, I think we have a delay. Sorry.
Oh, I think I lost it. We have a little delay or something.
Yeah.
But Skype is a good medium. I found that I could do a lot of detail work, so I was really pleased when I knew I was going to have to start teaching on Skype. And I thought, oh my God, this isn't going to work. And I was like blown away after the first lesson. I'm like, this is going to work. You can get an incredible amount of detail. So that's what I'm doing, a lot of shedding, composing. I composed a whole album worth of material, even started writing some classical type solo flute works. So I've been trying my hardest to stay as creative as possible, and mainly just shedding,
Great.
Lori, what's the I know right now
I think we lost everybody.
Are we there? Can you hear me?
We're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Yeah. I can now.
I did get a message.
Yeah,
though,
okay.
that we're going to be going to The Last Dance and This and That after. I think is that correct, Tony, or am I
Yes, I think we're going to close out with a couple songs from my show the other night with Grant Geisman and Bill Cantos and Lyman Medeiros and John Ferraro.
Sure.
And
hey, listen,
Lozano.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh,
like I say, it's just an honor and a privilege. And it's great to see you, Tony.
Great to have you.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much for having me.
And they can go to LoriBell.com, or how can they find
hope to see you again.
How can they find your stuff?
I think we're out.
Yeah, I think our connection got too bad here.
LoriBell.com.
Okay.
All right. Terence, you with me?
I'm sorry.
Are we together? Terence,
we're together, Tony.
I think the internet connection got a little funky.
So Tim needs to mute that side.
Sorry.
Tim, if you can mute that side, and Terence and I will finish out over here. So, Terence, are you with me?
Yeah, we're just waiting. I'm with you, but I think they've got to leave the room on that side because we're hearing it. But, Tony, actually, after hearing you talk about not being a strong suit, I realize that I'm alone with you on a private lesson right here. You know, so I understand the sentiment. You know?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little creepy at this moment. Okay, so why don't you lead us into what we're closing out with?
Well, I think we're going to close out with a couple clips from last Thursday's show with my band. I say my band, but really these were just guests of mine who they're all people I respect so much, and I just took a shot that maybe I could get them all to share the stage with me that night, and so so we did, and it was such a great fun night, and I was just felt so honored to be with those guys, and so we've got a couple tunes.
The selection of music was really, really interesting, and
oh, that's good.
Great flow. We all loved it.
That's great. Well, we're going to hear a couple of those tunes, and I think the first one is kind of special to me because, as a kid when I started playing trumpet in the late '70s, Chuck Mangione was the biggest thing in the world for a trumpet player, and it's because of falling in love with Chuck's music, particularly the album Children of Sanchez, which Grant Geisman played on. It's because of that album I became a musician, and Grant Geisman, to get to work with him and get to know him over the years, just been a great honor. I've told him before as a little joke, I used to have his picture on my wall when I was in high school because he was part of the Chuck Mangione band, and so this first tune is one, I wasn't planning on doing it, but it's in my book. And as we were guys were, on the gig and just going through my book, somebody pointed out a Mangione tune, and I said, hey, there's this one tune in there, and Grant was on the original recording. And so we did that night, and that's the first tune, which is called Last Dance, and it's from the Feel So Good album. And then we're going to go out with This and That, which is a song written by Grant Geisman. So that's what we've got coming up. So until next time, everybody, thank you for being with us. Terence,
and
good to see you.
You too, man. Can I leave by saying go to steamersjax.com to throw a little something in the tip jar. For all of those wonderful shows coming up, go to campusjax.com, and we appreciate it. Don't forget, Barbara Morrison's going to be here on December 10th. We will have those tickets up probably within a day or two.
Awesome.
God bless you, Tony.
Talk to you soon, bud.
See you later, man.
We're going to do a song now that, as it turns out, Grant Geisman was on the original recording of all the way back in the 1870s. This was on an album called Feel So Good, but this is a song that I don't think got enough attention because I think it's a great little piece of music here. So we saw it in the book earlier, and we decided to do it tonight. So this is called Last Dance, and this is written by Chuck Mangione. Just done a whole night of pretty songs. But then you'd fall in love with me, and that'd be a whole thing. And
you'd only break our hearts.
I would only break your heart. Here's a song written by Grant Geisman called "This and That." gentlemen, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight, because you can't really go out on anything after that, right? Plus Bill's got to get his suit back to the mortuary by 9, so... Yeah, that tie. Ladies and gentlemen, John Ferraro back there on the drums. Lyman Medeiros on the bass. Grant Geisman on guitar. Sal Lozano on saxophone. Bill Cantos on the piano. My name is Tony Guerrero. Thank you so much for being with us. Terence Love, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.